All right, folks, so our next discusser, our next speaker today is none other than Dr. Tom Rohrer. I got it right. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Hi, hope everybody's doing well, feeling very positive. Anybody here that's feeling enthusiastic or happy? You might feel very happy, got a little puppy in your hand.
I'm very happy.
Right? And I was talking to one of the Olympians over here earlier, Robert. I think he's happy. He's one win away from making it to the Nationals. That would make me happy. So I'm going to ask you to consider participating for a moment. Very simple. And ask you to connect with some kind of positive emotion, right? Happiness could be even things like courage, right? But something that, feeling excited, something of that nature. Let's just really connect to that, right? Experience it versus thinking about it. Just go there. Maybe you want to go to a situation recently which made you feel particularly happy. Maybe even holding one of the puppies, and you're probably feeling really happy at that moment. And let's just go there and experience that. And as you do, notice where you're looking. Notice where you're holding your eyes. Very simple, but really powerful. That, and notice where it is in your body that you feel the strongest physical sensations that go along with that positive emotion, right? Commonly it's in the upper body. And when you do that, you're connected physiologically to your body and your location in your brain. This has to do with something called brain spotting. It's a therapeutic tool that I use, and I'm hearing more that people are hearing more and more about it. And that is where you look determines how you feel. It connects you to your body and your brain in a way that nothing else connects you that way. And brain spotting is a tool that's been around a few years, about 20 years, and I use it to help athletes and everyday normal people to connect with the things that they both want to neutralize, things like injuries, right, failures, embarrassments. These are all fit into a category that we think of as being trauma. And trauma doesn't have to be PTSD. It can be what's called a small p trauma, but it has the same characteristics. And what happens is this undermines people's performance. And that doesn't, you don't need to be an Olympic athlete to have that kind of problems with performance. You can be a weekend golfer. You can be a person who really wants to be able to get on stage and talk, and just the anxiety goes overwhelming. I spent years having test anxiety and was able to avoid major exams for many, many decades over my life. And that's the same thing. Most of these issues are trauma-based, and so when you use a technique like brain spotting, you can connect to what that is, neutralize it, and move on. The other area that I used to do a lot with, and that is helping people connect to what's called mental emotional resource states, things like confidence, courage, optimism, things like that. Once you connect to that, your brain and body will organically process the issue. Literally do it for you. And so you've got some courage over here, we got some bicycle riders. That takes courage jumping up in the air like that. So, the more that you can notice where you're feeling, body sensation, and where you are visually looking, I suspect most people, when I ask them, have had the experience of they've noticed themselves, or they've noticed somebody else who is doing a kind of monologue, on and on and on, and they're staring someplace. That's the technology. We all do it. It's so organic. We all do it on a regular basis. So we don't notice we're doing it. So, anybody here have any questions before I go on? No? Yes? Expansion, yes. Expansion goes along with the connecting to things that will help you get better at your any sort of performance work, whether it be public speaking, acting, sports, etc. And expansion is enlarging, making it more. So for instance, you decided that what you really needed was confidence. So as you connected to confidence, you usually through mental imagery and combination of mental imagery and brain spotting, they go together, and you expand that. You let yourself see yourself doing that activity, being courageous, and let yourself experience that. Right? You can do that also by adding color and intensity, and maybe make the pacing faster, the pacing slower. So the sub-modalities of what go along with that. So expansion is enlarging. One of the ways I think about it is if you kind of let yourself get bigger and bigger and bigger. There's a technique that is the exact opposite when you want things to be smaller. Take something smaller, like a boss who's really difficult, right? Who yells at you, and you do the exact opposite. You make it smaller, and the voice is less intense. And in fact, you can get it down to this little silhouette, little figure, and the voice, rather than saying, you're no good, I'm going to fire you, is, you're no good, I'm going to fire you. Not very profound at that point. The expansion is the exact opposite. You're taking maybe an inner voice, their inner athlete, let's say, and expanding it so that you're experiencing it as being, I know I can do this, right? Again, pieces of affirmations, go along with that. So it's expanding your inner experience, inner visualizations, to the point that you really can experience yourself doing that and doing that effectively. And it makes it more likely that you're imprinted in your brain to be able to do that to be more effective. And I'm not sure what my time is going on. Any other questions we got? 1:13? Okay, so I think I must be up to have 15 minutes. So I think that's about my time is about up. But thank you for coming, and I hope you will start using that idea that when you know where you're looking to feel whatever it is, keep using that. Keep connecting to that, both in the body sensation and the eye location. Very effective. Thank you.